Yo guys, what's up? This is not your girl, but your professor on multicultural diversity in the workplace of tourism professionals. So without further ado, para matapos tong lecture natin, let's get started. So the objectives of this topic is to explain the concept of cultural diversity and workplace diversity in tourism and hospitality industry. Also, to discuss about management and issues of cultural diversity in tourism and hospitality industry. Lastly, is to study the impact on cultural diversity in tourism and hospitality industry. So, what can you realize from this photo? Diba lahat sila nakangiti, ready mag-groovy? Char, no! They are from different races or diversity. Next one. What do you think is a culture? Culture is the set of common beliefs and practices that a person shares with a group. The values, beliefs, attitudes, languages, symbols, rituals, behaviors, and custom unique to a particular group of people and that are passed down from generation to generation. So now, let's talk about diversity. Diversity relates to individuals and groups with different socio-economic backgrounds and physical capabilities who engage in a variety of languages. So these are the people of all ages, genders, races, ethnicity, and sexual orientation. So now let's talk about cultural diversity in tourism and hospitality. Globalization and internalization is current trend. It makes people moving work and live with people with diverse background. Cultural diversity also can create conflict. In hospitality industry has great dimension of cultural diversity from staff, guests, and tourists. So, tourism and hospitality organizations will work in very complex multicultural tourism environment. They must understand the perception of culture and the role of national culture and how impact to tourist behavior. The organization responsible to reduce gap of cultural distance in a workplace. So these are the examples of cultural diversity. Number 1 is the importance to companies for long-term value. Next, hospitality industry is growing. Number 3 is to expand the ability to speak in different language. 4, the ability to understand and more respect other religions and beliefs. 5, to have mutual respect. 6 is to increase creativity and more exciting. 7 is new attitudes and have different sides of view. 8, conflict resolution. It is to minimize potential conflict. Number 9, great business reputation. It is to build trust from your customers. Number 10 is job promotion. And number 11 is to increase exposure and knowledge. Corporate culture. The term corporate culture widely used in research, professionals, and managers in many organizations all over the world, especially in Japan and America. So this is the system of shared beliefs, values, and standards of solving problems which is created in the forming and developing process of corporation and demonstrated through physical and non-physical forms and behavior of its members. So once you have a great corporate culture, you have vision and mission, values, practices, people, narrative at tagline, and a place. So these are the examples of companies with fantastic cultures. Best example is one, Twitter, culture workers rave. So, yung mga workers na is allowed to party. Number 2, rooftop meetings, friendly coworkers, and team-oriented environment. So, di ba kung ganito yung workplace nyo, after graduation, super sarap ng buhay kasi you have rooftop meetings, tapos super friendly pa ng coworkers mo. So, yun yung masarap na pagtrabahuhan. Next one, or number 3, is employees of Twitter can also expect free meals at San Francisco headquarters. So, ang sarap ng buhay pag free meal, diba? You don't have to pay anything for your food. Next one, along with yoga classes and unlimited vacations for some. So, lastly, Twitter team decided that San Francisco was to remain the place they call home and move into office space at 1355 Market Street, Market Square. So, next one is Google. They have free meals, employee trips and parties, financial bonuses, open presentation by high-level executives, gyms, and a dog-friendly environment. Next is AirAsia. So, AirAsia is a huge company with a lot of employees. So, I believe it's true kasi pag nagpa-flight ako, tapos usually kasi AirAsia yung gamit ko kasi cheap yung flight doon and ang daming FAs na nandun during flight. So, Tony Fernandez, he wanted a company where people can pursue their dreams. So, future dreams ko din ay maging FA. So, sana lahat tayo ay maging flight attendant soon. So, they advise openness and want people to be creative and passionate about what they do. So, yan ang pinakamasarap na work din. So, next is regional culture. Culture region is an area inhabited by people who have one or more cultural traits in common such as language, religion, or system of livelihood. It is an area that is relatively homogeneous with regard to one or more cultural traits. The geographer who identifies a formal culture region must locate cultural borders because cultures overlap and mix. Such boundaries are really sharp even if only a So, culture of various socioeconomic status. It is an economic and sociological combined total measures of a person's work experience and of an individual's or family's economic and social position in relation to others based on income, education, and occupation. Socioeconomic diversity has mixed of people, staff, students from different income levels, social backgrounds, and in some cases, racial and ethnic background. So, this is the example. Socioeconomic difference is rich and poor. Okay? You have money and the other one doesn't have any money. Simple as that. Social class refers to a group of people with similar levels of wealth, influence, and status. Sociologists typically use 3 methods to determine social class. So, the first one is lower class. Ito yung poverty, homelessness, and unemployment. They suffer from lack of medical care, adequate housing, and food, decent clothing, and safety. So, another example of lower class is the working class. Those minimally educated people who engage in manual labor with little or no prestige. So, sila yung mga hindi nakagraduate ng maybe college or high school or elementary. But they still have work. Okay? Next one, unskilled workers. So, these are the dishwashers, cashiers, maid, and waitresses. Next one is skilled workers in this class. Carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. So, next one is the middle class. So, in middle class, there are 2 types of middle class. So, the first one is the lower middle class. These are the less educated people with lower income such as managers, small business owners and teachers. But you know what, guys, I'm a teacher, but I'm not less educated. I graduated from college. So personally, I don't think that it is the income is in middle class, lower middle class, but I'm not less educated, okay? Next one is upper middle class. It is a highly educated business and professional people with high income such as doctors, lawyers, stockbrokers, and CEOs. So, see, you're already a lawyer, doctor, but you're still in upper middle class. The upper class. So, the upper class has two types again. The lower upper class are those with money or money made from investment, business ventures, and so forth. Next one is upper class. So, those are the aristocratic and high society families with old money who have been rich for generations, more prestigious than the lower upper class. So, I think one of the best example of this is the Jenners. Kasi 'di ba, since Kylie and Kendall are still kids, mayaman na sila. Their parents are working na as a models. Pero ngayon, they have their own money, mas tumaas pa. And you know what, guys? Kylie has her own jet, her Ferrari, and so on and so forth. So, that's all. So, thank you guys for listening. I hope you learned a lot from this class. And I will post the subject code or the course access code below. Okay? Thank you guys for listening and see you on our next meeting. Bye-bye!